Hello and welcome to Agile Learners. In today's video, I will be sharing with you some number recognition activities you could carry out with your toddler or with your preschooler in order to help boost their number recognition ability. Number recognition is very beneficial for kids, especially when they are able to recognize or when they are able to identify numbers at their early stage, as this will help increase their confidence in mathematics. It will also promote critical thinking in the children and will also set a solid foundation for success in mathematics, especially when it comes to addition and subtraction in mathematics. So without wasting much of your time, let's get straight into the activities. So our first number recognition activity for the day is a weaving activity or a lacing activity. So for this activity, I have a shoelace here, as you can see, and I have numbers that I've written down on a paper. So I will be passing the shoelace through the numbers just like so, as you can see, while calling out the number. This activity would have been excellent if it was being performed by a child, but I have to perform this on my own just to show you what I'm explaining. So number one, number two goes here, number two goes here, just like so. This is a great activity to keep your kids all engaged at home. Number two, number three goes here, number three goes here, number four, it seems quite simple, but I tell you, this is quite challenging for kids, honestly. Number four, number five, and number six. We have here number six. And I come back here, number seven. Number seven, number seven. While the child is passing the lace through the numbers, yeah, you can go ahead and say out the numbers with the child and say them. You let them repeat after you. Number 8, number 9, and number 10. So that is it. That's it about this activity. So we will be moving to our next activity, which is a matching activity. So for this matching activity, the child is required to pair the same numbers, that is pairing the numbers from right to left. For instance, here we have number 1 on the left side and number 1 here on the right side. So the child will just match them like this. That's number 1. Moving on to the next number, we have number 3. Number 7 goes here. Number 5 goes here. Number 4. And just like I mentioned earlier, as they are pairing, you're saying the numbers out alongside as they are pairing, and if possible, you let them repeat after you. And in a situation where the child can say out their numbers or they memorize the numbers, it's okay to let them say out the numbers while pairing. And lastly, we have number 2. So that's it for the matching activity. Moving on to our third activity will be our number wheel activity. Yeah, talking of the number wheels, what is number recognition without number wheels? So here you see, this is our number wheel chart. So for this activity, I have the number wheels here and with some numbers laminated on it. So, and there's a hole here. If you look here, I don't know if this is a square or it's a rectangle actually that I made. Yeah, there's a hole here. So the number that falls inside this hole after the wheels must have spin, that's the number you let the child say out or read out, or you will read the number out with the child. So just to illustrate what I'm explaining, this is our number wheels. I have it here, so I let this one spin through. My number wheels wasn't quite a success, but I hope you get what I'm struggling to explain here. You let the child spin through just like so. And if it ends here, let's say, okay, here we have a 4 and it continues still. Here we have 10. So if you could make a better number wheel, that would be excellent. Number 10 still. number 4, number 13, number 9. So that's it for the number wheel. So moving on to the next number recognition activity, we have a tracing activity. For our number tracing activity, I have some numbers dotted down on a piece of paper, and I actually didn't write down this number in the correct sequence, that is following the correct order from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, but I did it in a disorganized manner. So you could do it whichever way that you want, whichever way that pleases you, it's all fine. So here the child is required to trace the dot and say out the number while they trace out. So here I'm starting with 1. The child could decide to start with the number 0. It's all okay. There's no issue with that. Wherever they choose to start, it's fine. Number 9. Number 6. I really like this particular activity because it also helps to strengthen the child's fine motor skill. 3, 2, 4, 7, 0, 1. That gives you 10. 5 and 8, and that's it for our tracing activity. So we'll be moving on to a number puzzle activity. And here comes another number puzzle activity. So for this activity, I have some paper cups here with me, and I've written down numbers beneath the paper cups starting from 1 to 10, and I've also written down the numbers on this sheet of paper as you see, and I've placed them in a ring. So I will just have to pick the paper cups and make sure that I associate the same number beneath the paper cup to the number written down on the paper. So I begin with 7. I move to 6. Okay. 5. 3. I made this activity a little bit trickish. So if you look very keenly, you'll see that I didn't use the same bold marker to write the numbers. Okay, for instance, just like the number 6 on the paper cup was written down with a brown bold marker, and here it's written down with an orange bold marker. So I made it a little bit trickish for the kids. 3, 1, 4, 10, 2, 8, and 9. For our number puzzle activity, we have with us here some wooden numbers and the wooden board. So for this activity, the child will just have to pick up the wooden numbers and associate it with the empty spaces on the wooden box, just like so. And as they associate the numbers to, as they fill in the wooden numbers to the blank spaces on the board, you can go ahead and read the number with the child, or you can let the kid say out the number as they fill them in the wooden box. So 16 we have here. I just did 8, 3, 17. And one thing I love about this wooden board, it's colorful nature. Like, kids love colors, and incorporating color into your classroom or into your lesson has a way of attracting children and keeping them all engaged. 6, 2, 19, 5, 12, 4, 20, 15, 11, and lastly we have here 18. So that is it for our wooden puzzle activity. So we will be moving straight into our next activity, which is a number sorting activity. For my number sorting activity, I have with me here some plastic spoons, and as you can see on the plastic spoons, I've written down numbers on them from 1 to 8, and on the side, I have some paper cups as well, and with numbers from 1 to 8 stick on it. So for this activity, the child is simply required to sort out the numbers by picking up a plastic spoon, making sure that he or she identifies the number that is on the plastic spoon and put it inside the right cup that it should be. So just like so, and as they go along filling in the spoons in the different plastic cups, you can go ahead saying out the numbers with them, or you let them say out the numbers while they are doing the filling. So there we have 2, here we have 5, here we have 4, here goes 6, just like so. Here comes another 5. We have 6 again, 2, 3, 1, 8, 4, 7, and lastly we have 3. So that is it for our number sorting activity. So our next activity that will be coming up is next on our list is another kind of matching activity. So for this activity, I have numbers here from 1 to 10, and I got this paper printed out from Google, so you can print yours as well if you have a printer at home, or whichever way you want to do that. So, and I have the same numbers here. I have numbers on the paper from 1 to 10, and I have the same numbers here from 1 to 10. So I printed out 2 papers, and I cut this one, and I glued them with a 2-sided tape so I can easily stick them, or you can easily let the child stick them just like this while saying out the number. So beginning here, we have number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10. So that is it about this activity, and we will be moving straight. It's our number cloth activity. So here with me, I have some number cloths that I printed out from Google, so you can print out yours as well and use them home with your kids. So here are clothes with numbers affiliated on it. So for this activity, you can just print out some clothes like this, and you laminate them in a water tray or in a water bowl, and you let the kids imagine that they are seeing, or they are watching at their mommy washing clothes and washing clothes and spreading them on the drying line. So they could pick out the clothes from the water tray or from the washing bowl and hang them on the drying line with using pegs or whatever. And while they are doing so, they go ahead and say out the numbers. And lastly, on our number recognition activity list, we have our number box activity, which is a matching activity. For this number box activity, I picked up an old carton at home and I recycled it in this manner, as you can see. So I made out some holes on the carton box, wrote down numbers from 1 to 20, because at that time we were actually doing number recognition from 1 to 20. So I wrote out numbers from 1 to 20. I pasted them on the box, and then I had the numbers as well written down from 1 to 20, just as you can see, and I associated them on this, how will I call this? Are these sticks? No, paper sticks or whatever. Yeah, so the child for this activity is simply required to look at the number here, 1, and go out, sort out the number 1 from the list of numbers that he has down, just like so, and fill them inside the holes. So that's 1, 2, 3, 6, and just like I've been mentioning, they can do it in any order, whichever order they want is fine. The objective of this lesson is for number recognition. 4, 5. So whichever way they are doing it, so far as they are recognizing the numbers, it's okay. That's 7, 9, 9, 8, 10. You let them flip to the other way. 11. So that's it for this activity, just to help your kids identify numbers. So there are so many activities you could try on, and if there's any other activity that you know, you could as well write it down on the comment section, and I will try to see what I can make out of it, and it will also help me learn from you guys as well. And we've come to the end of today's video, and if you did find this video interesting, why not like, share, subscribe, and hit on the notification bell so you get notified each time I upload any new video. And if there is any preschool topic you will want me to talk on, or any preschool activity you would like me to demonstrate, please kindly drop your request on the comment section below. Thank you.